Hello. So today on Good Friday I wanted to do a video on my Ask Me About Faith series asking the question, why do we call it Good Friday? As Christians, why would we call the day good when it's the day that Jesus got killed? There's no other religion that celebrates the murder and focuses on celebrating the death of its central figure. Why would Christians call Good Friday good when Jesus died? Well, from the outset, I can tell you that the death of Jesus wasn't some hiccup in Jesus' plan, God's plan. It wasn't the case that when Jesus died, it was because the Romans or the Jews got an upper hand. They didn't throw a spanner in the works of the plan of God. Actually, Jesus dying was always part of the plan. Why would that be good? Why would that be a good plan to die? I should also note that Jesus' dying isn't irrelevant because we believe he rose again. We don't say, oh, he died, but it didn't really matter because he came back to life. Again, it wasn't an accident, it wasn't something that wasn't supposed to happen, and it isn't something that is made irrelevant by him coming back from the dead. Actually, his resurrection proves that what he said he did with his death, he actually did. It proves it because he shows he has the power to overcome death, and therefore he has the power in dying to do what he said he did in dying. So, why did he die? Why would he make part of his plan to die? And why would that be good? Well, I have to go back a little bit to explain that, to the time before Jesus and the Jewish system. The Jewish system, as many religious systems do, relied on sacrifices. And so, actually, I'm going to go back even further, even to before that. Ultimately, however you believe that the world came about, we believe that God's purpose for us is to be in relationship with him. That we are to know him, that we are to walk with him. The problem is, we've all sinned, we've all done things wrong, that's what sin is. And so that has damaged relationships. Our sin impacts the relationships we have with each other. I think any of us would recognize that. And it similarly impacts the relationship that we have with God. It can't be ignored though. It's not something that you can just say, oh, I forgive and I forget. It's something that we have to deal with. So let me give you an example. A woman getting married in her wedding dress. Her son her small little boy son has been playing in the mud. Now she can say, I forgive you for getting dirty, but he would still need to be cleaned before he could go and hug her in the wedding dress. Maybe not the perfect analogy, but I think hopefully it does the job. We sin, we do things wrong, it makes us dirty. We need to be cleaned before we can be back in right relationship with God. So that's where the sacrificial system comes in. Beforehand, you would put your hands on an animal. That animal, typically a sheep, would take your sin, would take the dirt away from you, and then would die in your place. And so Jesus' death, not being an accident, being part of the plan, is actually because he came as an infinite God to die in our place. He took our sin, our dirt, on himself and died, cleaning us so that we can go back into a right relationship with God. Christian religion is not about doing good works to make ourselves good enough. It's about recognizing that we are dirty, and no matter how good we behave, that dirt needs to be dealt with. Jesus dying on the cross took our place. We didn't deserve it, we didn't earn it, but God loved us enough that he did it. Our Christianity does not rely on good works. It relies on a good God. And so, in Jesus dying on the cross, he restored us to relationship with God, the best place we can be. And so, it is such a Good Friday. As I say, the resurrection comes on Sunday, and so my next video I will post in a couple of days, and maybe consider a little bit, what is Easter Sunday about then. Until then, enjoy Good Friday, happy Easter, and see you soon.